How I fixed this problem was on the remote. Alright, hey guys, I'm only putting this video out because I discovered a problem that I've been having, and since I got that new projector, which is my last video, things kind of got worse. But I've been able to fix it. I'll let you know what's happened, but yeah, it's taken a few days, but I got there. Alright, this is what's been happening. Let's say I run a movie from the 4K player. Goes to the amplifier. Now there are two HDMI outs, one to the TV, one to the projector. Pretty straightforward. Problem was, when I was running the projector, when I was using this, the old projector, which is just a 1080p projector, a lot of the times the picture would cut out. I usually was able to get it to get going again by either turning the TV on and then it would run, or I would unplug the HDMI lead out of the amplifier to the TV and then this would run. Alright, so since I got that projector, I had nothing but problems where I'll turn the projector on and the amp would have a complete meltdown with its HDMI inputs. I'll show you what it was doing. And for the life of me I couldn't figure out why. I unplugged the lead from the TV and ran directly to the projector, was still having a meltdown. I ran a HDMI lead directly out of the 4K player to the projector, then ran the audio, because there's also an audio out of this player, so I ran that into the amplifier. I got a picture, but the amp was still having a meltdown. And I'm like, why the hell is this happening? I even changed, we've got the same player as this, the Panasonic the UB820 whatever, have the same one in the lounge room. So I brought that in, changed the players over, did the same thing. For some reason when I ran the NVIDIA Shield, it was running fine. And then one day I turned it on, and it started doing the same thing. Okay, so then the next thing, go and get a whole bunch of HDMI leads. So I did that. I spent a fortune on HDMI leads, a new one going from the amp to the TV to upgrade that. If you saw my last video, that $100 HDMI lead I got running from the projector to the amp with the booster on it, guess what? Same thing. I was gonna buy a cheap ass 4K player because I thought, there's got to be something wrong with the output of the player. This is what was happening. What's going on? This one? This one? I spend all this money on HDMI leads and nothing's working. What's happening? What's going on? What's happening? God, what's going on? This is, I'm gonna blow! Okay, so after that is exactly how I felt. This went on for a few days, and I was getting angrier and angrier at the fact of why can't I figure this out? I spent all this money, like the amplifier, the projector, the top, like pretty much the top end 4K player. Why is this happening? Now, with the amp I had before this one, which was a Yamaha, you could have HDMI out 1 and 2, which ran to a TV and a projector. I used to run it in the lounge room, then I ended up running it out here. There was no issues, it ran fine. So this never even dawned on me that this could have been an issue. I even looked online and I typed in exactly what was happening. Nothing come up. Nothing would help me whatsoever. Anyway, I was just sitting down. Look, the reason I'm putting this out, if anybody else ever has this issue, hopefully this will help you if you have this particular problem. This is really, really stupid. On the remote, I'm going to look like an idiot here, but on the remote, right at the top there, is it, folks? Can you see where it says HDMI out? This little button here above, underneath the power button. Okay, that got pushed. Now on the amp, it says HDMI out 1 and 2. You push it, it will say HDMI out 1. Push it again, HDMI out 2. Push it again, HDMI out off. Went on HDMI out 2, and the bloody thing worked. So in other words, it wasn't getting confused with sending signals to the TV and the projector, and I knew it had something to do with frequency going wrong, but that's what that was. Now, when I ran the audio to the amplifier, the TV was still plugged into the TV. That's why I got a picture, but I had no sound, and the amp was still going nuts because it was still getting a signal from the 4K player, and it was still, well, the way it was talking with each other was still trying to send a signal both ways. Because I couldn't figure out, like, this is only getting an audio signal, why is it having a complete meltdown? Because it was jumping in and out of HDMI, it would go to DSP and not Dolby True HD, it was freaking out. So anything you could think of to try, I tried. And all it come down to, after spending money on leads, it just come down to that one friggin' button. Now you wouldn't believe it, I thought, you know what, after I've worked this out, I brought up the manual. Okay, let's be honest, us guys, we don't read manuals, we know what we're doing. So I brought up the manual and I went to that section, and it did explain explicitly in the manual what that does. So now I'm thinking, really what I should do is get into the manual and go through everything. There's probably heaps of other shit this thing does, and I'm just not aware of it. I know I'm not the only one. A lot of you guys out there would be in the exact same spot. But yeah, as I said, it didn't have to happen with the other amplifier, so naturally you think that doesn't even concern you because well, it didn't do it with that, why do I need to do it with this? I don't know, different amps, don't know. But anyway, so yeah, if you have an issue, try a HD, look at it as a source. If you want to have a DVD player, tape deck, or a CD player, you got to change it to CD, tape, whatever. I'll look at it this way. If you want to go to the TV, pick the TV one. Go to the projector, pick the projector one. And I did notice also when I was playing around with the amp, I can have, which is under here, the scene select on the remote. So number one, I could hit that and it would automatically go to HDMI, say 1 for the TV. Press number 2, would automatically go to number 2 for the projector. And number 3 for CD, whatever. So maybe I should start utilising the scenes on the remote. Just quickly before I go, I went and bought some more movies this morning. Still in the plastic, haven't even opened it yet. Now, I checked out the trailer to this, The Dark Tower. I can't believe I hadn't seen it, so I thought, screw it. They got a 2 for $40 deal going on, so I went and grabbed that one. And I did like this movie, so the other one, the 2 for $40, I grabbed Baby Driver. Can you see a lot of glare on that because the plastic's still on it? And I thought, to keep in line with all my Rocky stuff, I haven't got the first one, but I grabbed Creed 2. This is one where it's like Ivan Drago versus Rocky again, which means now I have to get Creed 1, but that Creed 3, you can shove that in your ass. I'm not interested in that at all. No Stallone, look, forget it. And look, I've been waiting so long for them to bring out, in my mind, bring out a big box set of Final Destination. Now, nothing is going to happen. So I bought it on Blu-ray. It was actually on special, not this price, it was on special for $11. So it's all 5 movies on Blu-ray. I'm hearing nothing about it going on 4K, but the way I said, $11, why not? Alright guys, well that's it. I've got everything running perfect now after getting to the point of where I wanted to smash it all up and Hulk out. Yeah, that's it. So if you have this problem, look at that first. before spending money on. I mean, I spent all that money on these HDMI cables. I'm going to keep them, of course, because, well, they're better than the other ones I had, I assume. So, yeah, check that out before you start spending money like I did. Alright guys, enjoy yourselves, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!